This is the Queen of Voodoo, Mama Shango, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
And we are wrestling with AEW Blood and Guts review. We're talking about AEW Wednesday Night TV because we got nothing better to do.
If you can call it that, because AEW is issuing a lot of refunds for the people that showed up. They believed that Blood and Guts was going to be an entire card, but the matches we saw were taped in advance.
Because there was no way they were going to build that gigantic cage and deconstruct it in the time frame of a 2-hour show.
Exactly. And the matches that came before were watched on screen.
I mean, I would ask for a refund just for the finish of the last match, honestly, considering what bullshit that was. But we'll get into that. We're both wrestling fans here. Would you pay money to see one match and then essentially a a movie theater experience for the rest of it for an hour?
Well, I mean, back in the day, that's what people used to do before pay-per-view. That was the days of closed-circuit television. The WWE would, when the shows were sold out in the Madison Square Garden Arena, they would sell tickets for you to watch it in the Madison Square Garden Theater. But this is essentially, it can be considered fraud.
They advertised that it was one match.
Yes, they advertised that it was one match that was happening on Dynamite. The intent of believing there were other matches taking place live would be implied, given the precedent. If anybody chose to pursue this legally, and nobody will, because nobody cares.
We're looking at you, Cinema Girl.
But I mean, AEW knows they messed up.
Well,
and I mean, that's it. I mean, that's
to
really
answer
it.
my own question, I probably wouldn't. Chris Jericho's my favorite wrestler. Santana and Ortiz are probably one of my favorite tag teams. That being said, I'm not gonna sell out a crap load of money just to see one match with a bad finish. That being,
yeah.
Maybe if it was, the WWE War Games, Undisputed Era against somebody, but this match, no. Knowing that there's not going to be a good story, no.
And considering that prior to it, we learned that Pac and Orange Cassidy are competing for the number one contendership to the AEW Championship.
Oh, well,
and it looks like Orange Cassidy is getting the rub here.
We'll get into that in a moment. Let's go through it. Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston defeated Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa with Don Callis.
Originally, Callis announced that Omega was not there, and Nakazawa was going to have to go at it on his own. Of course, then Omega shows up, and
What do you think about Nakazawa wrestling in
clothes.
khakis and a short?
I mean, it's nice to see him in men's clothing again.
I mean, anything other than a dong, right?
I mean, that is the closest we will ever see Michael Nakazawa holding any sort of title.
Oh,
Is him holding the belts for Kenny.
Unless they find a surgical way to put them inside of Michael Nakazawa. Next match, Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson defeated QT Marshall. During the match, QT pulled his pants down to get out of a pinfall. Scooter, have you ever pulled your pants down to get out of a situation?
Oh, a couple of times, but I don't think they could be told live on I don't think the devil would be able to listen to stories where I've had to take my pants off to get out of situations.
So, Cody beats QT Marshall, kind of kills the rivalry a little bit, don't it?
Yes. Yes. I mean, considering that essentially AEW is trying to turn essentially the Monster Factory into into its own stable, and clearly the one they want to push out of this is Anthony Ogogo.
They're all a go-go on Anthony.
I mean, considering we just had somebody on Dark Elevation named Will Allday.
All day a go-go?
Ah!
Tony Khan, make the tag team now, damn it.
We will give you our 15 cents in ad revenue.
Well, if only if we'll let you have it for free if you give us an interview with your top talent. You know, Cinema Gold. Next thing that happened on the show. Eden Page and Scorpio Sky drew Darby Allin down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, good. Ay, ay, ay.
I'm just disappointed he didn't go down all of the stairs. There were more stairs for him to go down.
I mean, okay. James is a fan of dying, apparently.
Just commit to it, damn it. If you're going downstairs and there's more stairs to go down the damn stairs.
Okay, I'll throw you down a flight of concrete stairs. Will you commit?
Well, why are you drawing me down the stairs? Is it part of an angle? Is it
Who
for
cares?
charity?
No, it's just for fun.
Well, I'm not doing it if it's just for fun. That's not my idea of a good time. In all seriousness, Darby did say that he messed up his shoulder during the fall. You see him bouncing back easily, or is this may be this is TNT Championship run cut short here.
I mean, Darby will. Darby could lose an appendage and still want to wrestle.
So then he should be fine, right?
Yes. I mean, I would also, for somewhere down the line, it is obvious that Ethan Page is likely going to be the next TNT champion, and I think
I think
they're
that's a good move.
they're going to attempt to put Darby in some crazy gimmick match with Kenny after Double or Nothing.
Interesting. If he doesn't lose the belt to Orange Cassidy. Alright, next match with Baker DMD with Rebel, not Reba, defeated Julia Hart. That happened.
Yes, a Hart family member was on Dynamite.
Is he technically a Hart?
Yes,
Oh, well, really?
yes, she is from Calgary. JR said it himself.
So if your name is Hart and you're from Canada, you are technically a part of the Hart family?
Yes, you are.
Alright, I'm moving to Calgary and I'm changing my name. Alright,
Okay, no, she's not actually a member of the Hart family.
talk about false advertisement, damn it.
I believe her actual full name is Julia Hartowitz.
So she's Barry Horowitz's daughter?
No, Hartowitz.
Let's make it a thing. For the purpose of this podcast, she's Barry Horowitz's daughter. Alright. AEW World Tag Team Championship #1 contender 4-way match. SCU defeated Varsity Blondes, Jurassic Express, and the Acclaimed. My favorite part of this match, Jungle Boy's entrances. What say you?
Second favorite part, Max's rap.
Hey, what was that all about?
Now I can't remember the lyrics, but
He
something.
said that Brian Pillman will be on Dark Side of the Ring soon.
Yeah, yes.
Luchasaurus will be fossil fuel, and he called the Young Bucks the Young Cops.
Cucks, yes, that's it. Yeah. I mean, SCU is the logical. It's a logical choice. Also, they've got that stipulation where when they challenge for the tag titles, if they don't win, and they're done as a tag team.
Oldest trick in the book.
I expect Christopher Daniels' twin brother to show up.
With a convincing toupee.
No, Adam Pearce.
Oh.
You haven't seen this stuff on Twitter about people claiming that Adam Pearce and Christopher Daniels are the same person?
No, I have not. Right.
Yeah. And Frankie Kazarian is still trying to kill me. So
Give him another reason to try and kill you.
I mean, getting to second base with another man's wife is enough reason for him to want to kill you.
Yeah, we won't go into that right now. Do you think that this is the twilight of Christopher Daniels' career, and this might be the last his last big run?
I I really wish it wasn't, because Christopher Daniels really was never meant to be stuck in the tag team division anywhere.
True, but
If,
I mean, I
if,
think
if
it's injuries. All the injuries
I mean,
he's acquired.
I mean, before Bryan Danielson, before Samoa Joe were on the radar, everyone was talking about Christopher Daniels.
I mean, I always wonder what it would have been like if, he actually was the higher power in WWE.
I mean,
Talk about
the,
bad timing.
I could write a book full of what if situations. In fact, I'm actually going to do that. Uh, More on that in a number of months. Um, but I can only hope that Christopher Daniels, who, let's face it, he's in the twilight of his career. It's winding down,
Unfortunately.
and I'm hoping just one run where we could say he's been world champion of a major promotion. And I'm sorry, I'm not counting Ring of Honor in that.
Boo. But yeah. Now,
I mean,
yeah.
was Daniels ever Impact World Champion? I don't think so.
He's been X Division champion for sure.
But yeah,
But no, I don't believe he was ever even Impact champion. That really sucks if you think about it.
yeah. I mean,
And literally everybody and their uncle was Impact champion.
yeah.
I mean, I was Impact champion for a week. It was
I
a
was
promotion.
Impact. Yeah, I was Impact Champion for a week and a day.
Trying to outdo me.
Always.
AEW Double or Nothing World Championship announcement. It was announced by Tony Schiavone that the Bastard Pack and freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy will wrestle next week on Dynamite to determine the number one contender for Kenny Omega's AEW World Championship. Hypothetically speaking, if the Pac and Orange Cassidy form the tag team, would they be the freshly squeezed bastards?
The I mean, let's see. No, they'd be Pack a Punch.
Alright, so let's talk about it. Is Orange Cassidy getting a AEW championship match?
Oh, good lord. If he is, he ain't winning it.
Could you honestly say that the way that they've been booking AEW right now?
No. No, I mean,
Let's talk about that for a minute. What would Orange Cassidy be as AEW World Champion?
he literally, like, Orange, you gotta defend your title tonight against, off the top of my head, the Dark Order's 10. Eh. Okay, but that's what everybody says about Wrestling Gib. What do you really think?
So the whole title run would be, eh.
Yes. Um, the thing is that Cassidy's gotta evolve as a character.
Give him a Red Bull.
We don't have flying. He already flies. He's the living embodiment of an Alanis Morissette song at this point. He's got one hand in his pocket and the other one throwing a Superman punch, orange punch.
Oh,
Cassidy needs to show that he can go beyond being able to get the simple action of putting your hands in your pockets over.
I mean, didn't he kind of do that by beating Chris Jericho?
Yes, but it was in such a. Well, I mean, yes, he did beat him that first time, but that's like. It's like when the Hurricane beat the Rock 2 weeks before WrestleMania 19.
Okay, fair enough.
And then of course some overtly silly gimmick match, Mimosa Mayhem.
Which
Yeah,
should have
that's
worked but
designed to.
did.
I mean, which is literally designed to ensure that Cassidy could win, and it takes nothing away. It took nothing away from Jericho.
Because he fell into a vat of orange juice.
Cassidy again. He needs to show he's more. Otherwise, we could be looking. I mean, we won't be looking, but the possibility of having a world champion who won't take having the title seriously.
Interesting concept. I mean, there's a few. I could make the argument that there was a few champions that did that. But
Yeah, but I mean, literally, I mean, Orange Cassidy is essentially Raven without the brooding, and before the WWE Hardcore Championship.
in the summer camp scoring,
Yes, and having Sandman over for pool parties.
wow, that's a visual. So,
What, you don't remember that in WCW? when we were going to get Raven versus Roddy Piper.
I can watch WCW now.
Oh man.
After after my time. No, before my time. When was that? My grandfather watched WWF exclusively.
Your time is a week from Tuesday.
Okay, good. Start the next interview. Alright, so the Pac not winning this match, right?
Based on everything that happened, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if AEW just gives it to Pac based on the history. Of course, because they go over the fact that wins and losses matter. And I'm doing really big air quotations.
It's an audio only podcast, Scooter.
That's why I just said I'm doing air quotations. If Orange Cassidy doesn't win, then AEW is just screwing with us, and they have no idea what they're doing, and their booking will be definitively. We're already hitting at the possibility that their booking is fucked 6 ways from Sunday,
And we'll get to that in one moment, for sure.
but they're pushing Cassidy, but they will give it to Pac.
So that brings us to the last match, the main event. The Pinnacle defeated the Inner Circle in a blood and guts match. MJF threatened to throw Chris Jericho off of the cell if they didn't submit and give up. The rest of the Inner Circle did so, and he drew Chris Jericho off anyway.
Ugh.
Who booked this shit? Scooter.
Why would MJF as somebody and essentially the hostage taker does not work when the hostage is 3-4 times bigger than him. There were 4 of you. What was to stop you, any of you, from climbing up the side of the cage where Chris was?
Or better yet, catch him, as Sachi Blackheart said on Twitter.
You could have climbed up behind. I mean, I almost expected Sting to descend.
If he didn't come during the Derby segment with the snow, I don't think that he was going to.
Well, I mean, considering that Chris Jericho and Sting is coming down the pike in the future. But MJF is the brains. He's not the brawn.
Give that shit to Wolo.
Like the Inner Circle shouldn't have cared if Jericho got thrown off. And now that I'm seeing that in that way, it works. That MJF is willing to go one step beyond rather than, you know, rather than, have a heart. But I would see this, I'd take it more seriously if it was Chris Jericho threatening to throw MJF off.
I mean, they were the faces in the match, and which kind of doesn't mean anything in AEW at this point. But, my biggest problem, the thing that got me was that they surrendered, that they gave up. You know, I expected Pinnacle to win because, they have to have that legitimacy you know, of a faction. But, you know, you could have had the same reaction and the same results if you would have pinned one of them. I mean, that was just okay. Let's break it down this way. Are AEW's matches, good matches, decent matches, whatever you want to call them, are they ruined bad um by bad finishes?
It would seem so.
Because we talked about this during, the exploding barbed wire death match, and I'm pretty sure this wasn't that was even the first bad finish that AEW did. Is this essentially, all right, fool me once, shame on you, fool me 10 times, shame on us?
It reminds me of Futurama. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me 7 or more times. Um, God. I I can't take AEW's booking seriously anymore. I mean, they really like, and to top it all off, it's not even an original finish. In
I mean,
fact, they bit it from a 99 uh, title match from SmackDown, from an I Quit match between The Rock and Triple H, where the corporation were holding China hostage and threatened to harm China if Triple H did not quit. You know,
I mean,
I mean, you
is
know,
there anything considered an original finish at this
yeah,
point?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nothing's really original at this point, but you know, maybe if it was somebody else besides Chris Jericho up there,
Sammy?
I w- at this point, I would have made it Sammy, and then I would have had Sammy join the Pinnacle.
Hmm. Well, we could speculate on what they should have done, and we could come up with 10 better results. But what they did is what they did, and I think that might be an issue for AEW following this. Or are they breaking trust between fans and fans and company. You know, besides a bad finish, keep in mind that the fans came only to see that one specific match that they were aware of. It seems like it's just one either really bad mistake after another, or really strategic planning to screw the fans over. What are your thoughts, Screw?
At this point, I don't know anymore. I I I'm slowly the shiny veneer
Veneer?
on, on AEW, as the potential competitor to the WWE is all but gone at this point.
Well, that's yeah.
And I'm not sure if there's anything AEW could do at this point aside from have just just make it wrestling at you know these good 30-minute matches. You know, and I'm fucking babbling and it pisses me the hell off. But
How about we end this on a good note?
a little bit of a side note here, though.
You got the
Uh,
results for Spectacular Sunday?
no, but
Damn it.
we have uh the we have the 6 men that will compete uh to challenge Kenny for the Impact Championship, and that is we have Moose. Uh, Trey Miguel, and Chris Sabin.
Okay.
Chris Sabin, Trey Miguel, and Moose. Will compete next week. Uh, and you had Kenny on Impact Wrestling this week. Okay. Sabin, Chris Bay, Matt Cardona, Sammy Callahan, Trey Miguel, and Moose.
All right then.
So it looks like, yes, we are getting Moose. Very. The only thing I want to bring up about from Impact is there was one match in particular that took place that was very odd and out of place, and that's from my own backyard in Long Island and frequent AEW Dark and Dark Elevation competitor VSK went one-on-one with El Phantasmo.
Yeah, EOP. Headbanger.
I mean, so that's almost AEW versus New Japan on Impact.
Didn't I bring that up not too long ago? That we could have those taboo matches under the Impact banner?
Yes. Yes. But I mean, and keep in mind, El Phantasmo is was listed as representing the Bullet Club.
Well, yeah, he is Bullet Club. The rest of AEW is Bootleg Club.
I mean, but considering the fact when you have the founders of the Bullet Club, on the show, and considering it was the VSK El Phantasmo match was right after Doc Gallows versus Juice Robinson. Uh, I mean, AEW at this point might be contagious. I mean, God, do I want to go with this joke?
Yeah, let's go. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, go for it.
AZW.
And that will conclude our coverage of AEW Blood and Guts. Next week, more stuff to happen.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be more stuff and things.
And if you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment both on YouTube and Castbox. Of course, this show was sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use promo code Wrestling with E for 10% off your next order. Um, Join us this Wednesday as we interview Travis Huckabee. And join us on Twitter as well for a pro wrestling short a day in May. You can find the show at Wrestling with E, both on Twitter and Instagram for all the latest news on all things wrestling with entertainment. You can find us individually as well. You can find me at JamesJ993. You could tweet at I am Kaliko asking why wasn't he on this show, damn it. And where can they find Scooter?
As always, on Twitter at Scooter Dust and hold it down for the UNB Network at UNBS Wrestling. And please join me on the Smoking Dragons Twitch channel all throughout the month of May as we raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. The Smoking Dragons channel is run by none other than the son of former WWE superstar Rico Constantino, and I know him as Rico Jr. Twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons. For every $10 you donate, you're entered to win a prize for that stream's giveaway. There's Smoking Dragons merch. We've got tumblers that say "Oh Hydrate" on them. Hoodies, and as well as some other good stuff, including copies of new Pokemon Snap
Oh,
and
snap.
Resident Evil Village as well. Plus, who knows what else? And of course, yours truly will be joining Rico Jr. along with some of the other regulars for a number of games throughout the month, including Among Us, which I'm incredibly terrible at, as I've come to learn. But all in all, it's money for a great cause, and of course, you could end up winning something, which is always great. And I can't say enough nice things about Rico. He's a great guy, and you know what? He gives a lot, even though he doesn't have that big of a Twitch following yet. He's gonna get up there. He will, and I'm honored to be a part of it. Again, Twitch.tv, Access Smoking Dragons, and hopefully I can talk James into trying out Among Us.
It's certainly not out of the question. Yeah, and that you can find all that information on your Twitter as well, correct?
Yes, and as well, if you go to the Smoking Dragons Twitch channel, you find the information for the Discord in there, and the direct link to donate. And of course, this weekend is the big Resident Evil Village release weekend. So that is where you will find me commenting on Rico Jr. playing Resident Evil Village.
And you can find that on Scooter's Twitter page, and Wrestling with You will be retweeting it as well. We want to support, we want to support everybody here, and it's for a good cause as well. So that being said, for Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James Shea, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.